की, Srimad Sadguru Maharaj ki. In the books you have, we do some kirtan, bhajan. Please turn to page 6. लाडली लाल की जय। राधे राधे बोल श्याम, भाजे चले आएंगे।
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 एक बार आ गए तो कभू नहीं जाएंगे।
एक बार आ गए तो कभू नहीं जाएंगे।
तेरे साथ साथ शाम राधे राधे गाएंगे।
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 तेरे प्रेम मगन तन सुधि बिसराएंगे।
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 सुधि बिसराएंगे।
सुधि बिसराएंगे।
ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे।
राधे राधे गाएंगे।
ओ राधे राधे बोल श्याम, भाजे चले आएंगे। राधे राधे
बोल श्याम, भाजे चले आएंगे।
राधे जू के गुण गन मुरली में गाएंगे।
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 राधे जू की छवि लखी बलि बलि जाएंगे।
राधे जू की छवि लगी बलि बलि जाएंगे।
राधे जू की छवि लखी बलि बलि जाएंगे।
राधे जू की छवि लगी बलि बलि जाएंगे।
ओ बलि बलि जाएंगे।
बलि बलि जाएंगे।
ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे।
ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे।
ओ राधे राधे बोल श्याम, भाजे चले आएंगे।
राधे राधे बोल श्याम, भाजे चले आएंगे।
जय हो कहीं कहीं भुजन उठाएंगे।
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 दो दृग आनंद जल बरसाएंगे।
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 ओ जल बरसाएंगे।
ओ जल बरसाएंगे।
ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे,
ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे,
ओ राधे राधे बोल श्याम भाजे चले आएंगे,
राधे राधे बोल श्याम भाजे चले आएंगे।
एक बार आ गए तो कभू नहीं जाएंगे,
एक बार आ गए तो कभू नहीं जाएंगे।
राधे नाम लेके मूर्छित हो जाएंगे,
राधे नाम लेके मूर्छित हो जाएंगे,
राधे नाम लेके मूर्छित हो जाएंगे,
राधे नाम लेके मूर्छित हो जाएंगे।
राधे कभू हंसेंगे कभू आंसू बहाएंगे,
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 ओ आंसू बहाएंगे,
ओ आंसू बहाएंगे।
ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे,
ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे,
ओ राधे राधे बोल श्याम भाजे चले आएंगे,
राधे राधे बोल श्याम भाजे चले आएंगे।
एक बार आ गए तो कभू नहीं जाएंगे,
एक बार आ गए तो कभू नहीं जाएंगे।
लखी लखी रसिकन मन मुस्काएंगे,
लखी लखी रसिकन मन मुस्काएंगे,
लखी लखी रसिकन मन मुस्काएंगे,
लखी लखी रसिकन मन मुस्काएंगे।
राधा भाव गही श्याम 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 गाएंगे,
राधा भाव गई श्याम 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 गाएंगे,
राधा भाव गही श्याम 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 गाएंगे,
राधा भाव गई श्याम 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 गाएंगे,
ओ श्याम श्याम गाएंगे,
श्याम श्याम गाएंगे,
ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे,
ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे,
ओ राधे श्याम गाएंगे,
राधे श्याम गाएंगे,
ओ राधे श्याम गाएंगे,
राधे श्याम गाएंगे,
ओ 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 राधे राधे गाएंगे,
ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे,
ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे,
ओ राधे राधे गाएंगे,
ओ राधे श्याम गाएंगे,
ओ राधे श्याम गाएंगे,
ओ राधे श्याम गाएंगे,
ओ राधे श्याम गाएंगे।
राधे राधे बोल श्याम भाजे चले आएंगे,
राधे राधे बोल श्याम भाजे चले आएंगे।
राधे श्याम भगवान की। Turn to page 22. A devotee said to Sri Krishna, "Hey Shyam Sundar, हे कन्हैया, अपनापन रखना मेरे घनश्याम." ओ श्याम सुंदर, घनश्याम, one whose complexion is like a young rain-laden cloud. Please make me your own. Look upon me as your own forever. If you look upon me as your own, then I have one desire only. Ghadi ghadi, pal pal, every moment, pal pal. rate meri rasana. I will use my tongue, my mouth, only to chant your divine name all the time. Lali lal do de garbahi. I have a desire in my heart that you should come not alone but with Radha Rani. Please come and dwell in my heart with Radha Rani. How? Gal bahi yade, with arms around each other. It's called gal bahi yade, gal bahiya. So, you together with Radha Rani, with arms around each other, please come and reside in my heart forever. Abhav hindore dari hiye mein, jhulao nitya jhulna. When you and Radha Rani will come in my heart, I will create a most beautiful swing. Most beautiful swing. And decorate it with the most beautiful flowers and gems, with golden trinklets, silk and cloth, etc. Most beautiful. And I'm going to place you and Radha Rani on this beautiful swing and rock you to my heart's delight. Dai upahar har aswan ko banalu tujhe apna. I want to give you a gift. Hey Shyam Sundar, hey Kanhaiya, ek bhet. I want to give a gift to you. Ek bhet dena chahiye. वो कैसे भेंट है जिसका मूल नहीं है, अनमोल. That gift I want to give you is the most priceless gift. The most priceless thing we have in our possession, tears. Shri Krishna wants us to shed tears for him. This is what he wants. Bhakti without tears is no bhakti. Shedding tears for you, Radha, say Shri Krishna. When we shed tears with both eyes, it will come eventually and meet. It will form a garland. And every time it forms a garland, I'll offer this garland of my tears to you and Radharani. In this way, I'll make you and Radharani minds forever. When one sheds tears for Radha, for Shri Krishna, Radha Krishna, you buy them forever. खरीद देते हैं. कैसे हो कर कृपालु प्रभु अपनो पुरावो मम सपना. In the last line, the great saint Jagat Gurutam Sri Kripaluji Maharaj, in the words of a devotee, is saying, Hey Kanhaiya, hey Shyam Sundar, however you do it, this dream of mine, please make it come true. Please fulfill this dream of mine. So as the part this beautiful bhajan is saying, try to visualize in your heart, in your mind also. Not just sing, of course, but try to visualize also. Roop dhyan, meditate on it. Apna pan rakhna mere ghan shyam.
अपना पन रखना मेरे घनश्याम.
ओ अपनापन रखना मेरे घनश्याम.
अपनापन रखना मेरे घनश्याम.
घड़ी घड़ी पल पल नाम तिहारो.
घड़ी घड़ी पल पल मेरे घनश्याम
अपनापन अपनापन रखना मेरे घनश्याम
अपनापन रखना मेरे घनश्याम
ललीलाल दो देगर बाही
ललीलाल दो देगर बाही
ललीलाल दो देगर बाही
ललीलाल दो देगर बाही
ओ हमारे ही बसना मेरे घनश्याम
हमारे ही बसना मेरे घनश्याम
ओ हमारे ही बसना मेरे घनश्याम
हमारे ही बसना मेरे घनश्याम
ओ मेरे घनश्याम
ओ मेरे घनश्याम
अपनापन अपनापन रखना मेरे घनश्याम
अपनापन रखना मेरे घनश्याम
भाव हिंडोरे डारी ये मैं
भाव हिंडोरे डारी मैं
ओ भाव हिंडोरे डारी
भाव हिंडोरे डारी मैं
ओ झुलाऊ नित झुलना मेरे घनश्याम
झुलाओ नित झूलना मेरे घनश्याम
झुलाऊ नित झुलना मेरे घनश्याम
झुलाओ नित झूलना मेरे घनश्याम
ओ मेरे घनश्याम
ओ मेरे घनश्याम
अपनापन रखना मेरे घनश्याम
अपनापन
उपहार हार असवन को
दे उपहार हार असवन को
दे उपहार हार असवन को
दे उपहार हार असवन को
बना लो तुझे अपना मेरे घनश्याम
बना लूं तुझे अपना मेरे घनश्याम
ओ बना लो तुझे अपना मेरे घनश्याम
बना लूं तुझे अपना मेरे घनश्याम
ओ मेरे घनश्याम
ओ मेरे घनश्याम
अपनापन रखना मेरे घनश्याम
अपनापन रखना मेरे घनश्याम
हो कैसे हो परी कृपालु प्रभु अपनो
कैसे हो करी कृपालु प्रभु अपनो
कैसे हो करी कृपालु प्रभु अपनो
कैसे हो करी कृपालु प्रभु अपनो
ओ पुरवो मम सपना मेरे घनश्याम
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 ओ मेरे घनश्याम
ओ मेरे घनश्याम
अपनापन रखना मेरे घनश्याम
अपनापन रखना मेरे घनश्याम
बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय।
Srimad Sadguru Sarkar Ki Jai. I offer my humble salutations onto the lotus feet of my beloved Gurudev, Nikhil Darshan Samanvayacharya, Bhakti Yoga Rasa Avatar, Jagat Guru Shri Kripaluji Maharaj, Swami Maheshvaranand ji, respected Pandits and elders, dear friends, Radhe Radhe, Sitaram, Warm and cordial welcome to this evening's Satsangh. Again, we'd like to thank Ronnie and Indra and members of this mandir for giving us this wonderful opportunity to be here. Tonight's discourse will be conducted by Swami Maheshvaranand ji. Swamiji is a senior disciple of the world's fifth original Jagat Guru, Shri Kripaluji Maharaj. He is also the spiritual leader of Radha Govind Society here in Trinidad, New York, Florida, other parts of the United States and Canada. Swamiji was born to a well-respected Brahmin family. His grandfather was also a revered Pandit. Swamiji himself studied Pandit-I at a very early age. Swamiji has had very successful careers as high school teacher and electrical engineer. However, Swamiji knew that something in his life was missing, that there must be some greater meaning to life than daily mundane existence. His quest took him to India, where he visited the ashram of several famous personalities. However, as his good luck and great fortune would have it, in the year 1988, Swamiji traveled to the ashram of the world's fifth original Jagat Guru Shri Kripaluji Maharaj. It was there and then that he realized that he had found that true spiritual master under whose guidance he will find that true eternal happiness. Swamiji spent many, many years in the company of this supreme divine descension, learning and mastering the various sacred texts. And so it is our great blessing to be here to listen as he expounds on the philosophy of Bhakti Yoga, or divine love for God. And so without further delay, I humbly pass you over to Swamiji to begin tonight's discourse. Jai Shri Radhe.
Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnana Janashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Baraha Pidam Natvarvapu Karnayo Karnikaram Vibhradvasaha Kanakakapisham Vaijayantim Chamalam Randhran Venu Radhar Sudhaya Purayan Gopa Vrindai Vrindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravishad Gita Kirti Namah Kamalana Bhaya Namah Kamal Maline Namah Kamal Pada Namaste Kamalekshana Yo Brahmanam Virdhati Purvam Yo Vedanscha Prahinoti Tasmai Tagvam Hadevamatma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshurvai Sharanamaham Prapadye. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. आदरणीय Bandini Pandit Bhakt Samudai Vipra Mandali Mahanubhav, worshipable Pandits, devotees of the Supreme Lord, the Divine Souls. First, let me say Radhe Radhe and Sitaram to everyone. And my pranam, my humblest prostrations to each and every one of you here tonight. Tonight again, we are at this wonderful mandir in Tunapuna, Trinidad, which is kind of northeast Trinidad, I think. And through the auspices of Rani and Indra, and the members of this wonderful mandir, we have been given this wonderful opportunity to serve and to be in holy satsang, listen to the divine philosophy of the Supreme Lord. Last time I was here, those who were here, a couple days ago, I spoke about the cause of all our sufferings in the world. All our sufferings. We are suffering from so many diseases. Besides physical sicknesses, diseases, there are 3 types of sufferings in the world. तीन ताप, आध्यात्मिक दुख, आदि भौतिक दुख, आदि दैविक दुख. तीन ताप, 3 types of suffering. The first one, adhyatmik dukh. These are of 2 types. One is sharirik, or sufferings of the body, fever, cold, headache, pain, so many. And one is manasik, which is even worse. Those applying to the mind, greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, lust, selfishness, illusion, so many. This is adhyatmik dukh. The second one, adhibhautik dukh. Suffering inflicted upon us by others, other people, other insects, animals, etc. People abuse us, hurt us with certain kinds of words, etc. Physically also. Insects, etc., bite you, snakes, insects, mosquitoes, etc. Adi bhautik. And the third one, adi daivik dukh. Sufferings, pain inflicted upon us by the forces of nature. Too much rain, too much heat in the sun. If you live in a country like America, certain countries, too much cold in the winter, too much snow, etc. So, this is a bhavarog, the sufferings of bhav, this material world. And the reason for that, the scripture tells us, Dva suparna sayuja sakhaya samanam briksham parikasva jate tayoranyah pipalam swadatya nashnan nanyo abhichakashiti. Shweta Shrutaro Upanishad, chapter 4, verse 6. The exact translation of this Ved mantra is given in Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran. Bhagwan Krishna says to Uddhav, Suparna vetau Sadrishau sakhayau yadichayatau kritanidau cha vrikshe ekastayo khadati pippalana manyo niranno pibalena bhuyan. Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, 11 canto, 11 chapter, 6 verse. The Vedas as well as Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, Shri Krishna is saying to Uddhava, there's a tree, Briksh, पेड़. On the tree there are two birds, दो पक्षी है. One bird is Jivatma, the individual soul, we people. And one bird is Paramatma, Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord. One bird has turned its back away from the other bird. Bahirmukh, peet kiya, like this position. And has eaten the bitter fruits. The tree has fruits, bitter fruits. Is eating the bitter fruits of the tree and suffering. The other bird looks on quietly, doesn't disturb, sits quietly and takes note, that is all. The bird that has turned the back, this bird, that's us, Jivatma, the individual soul. The one sitting quietly behind is Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord. Both of these birds are sitting in our heart. Hriday mein baithe hain. The tree is the world, this material world, sansar, bhavasagar. And the fruits in the tree are the objects and people, everything in this world. Haven't forgotten who we are. भूल गए. We have forgotten that we are the soul, the Atma. Identifying with the physical body, we have been searching for happiness in the material world from beginningless time. I explained in detail last time that the soul, Jivatma, is beginningless. Just as Bhagwan is Anadi, Aj, Sanatan, the Jivatma, the individual soul, is also Aj, Anadi, Sanatan, unborn, eternal, beginningless. God is not senior to us, the individual soul. From beginningless time, we have turned our backs away from God. And because of that, we are suffering. I went in detail last time. This is the whole cause. Agyan, ignorance. The ignorance of identifying with the physical body. I am a Trinidadian, I am a Guyanese, I am American, I am a Hindu, a Muslim, a Christian, I am a teacher, a doctor, an engineer, I am Ramesh, I am Leela, I am Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, so many titles. These are all titles of the body. This body, as I told you, belongs to us. My body is paining me, my head is hurting, my eyes are paining, my body. So just as we say in the world, my house, my moruka, this house belonged to me, this moruka, so my house, my moruka, but no one ever says, I am the house, I am the moruka. In the same way, my body, this body belongs to me. So I am not the body. Who am I? I am the soul, the Atma. It's very difficult to explain the concept of what the soul is. in the scriptures, Ved, Gita, Ramayana, Bhagavad, everywhere tells us the soul, Jivatma, is a fraction, Ansh, a part of God. Bhagwan Krishna says in Gita, Mamaivansho Jivaloke Jiva Bhutah Sanatanah. Chapter 15, verse 7, Gita. He says the individual souls are eternal, Sanatan, eternal fractions of Him, part of Him. Just as someone can't understand who is God or describe who is God, in the same way, to describe what the soul, the Atma is in this worldly language, with our worldly mind and intellect, impossible. The scriptures tell us some things. Ishwara ansha jiva avinashi chetana amal sahaja sukha rasi. Tulsidas Maharaj says in the Ramayana, the soul is a part of God, a fraction of God. It is Chetan, conscious, eternally conscious. Amal, pure. Sahaja Shukrasi. Because God is happiness and the soul is a fraction. By nature, the soul is also, by nature, happiness. Part of that eternal happiness. Avinashi, indestructible. Eternal. We have to accept in the beginning. Slowly, when you do sadhana under the protection, under the guidance of a true saint, you practice spirituality, you will slowly come to understand what the soul is. That's why it says, Guru binu hoi ki gyan. The knowledge Guru gives. But we have to make the vessel, bartan banana hai, for the knowledge to come. So things in the beginning, we accept. And slowly, as the heart purifies, we'll understand. When you're going to school, you don't understand everything. The teacher says, today we are going to spell knife. I want you to write K, put K first. K-N-I-F-E. Did any one of us object and say, sir, why are you putting K? It's not knife. Why put? Nobody questioned. We accepted. If anybody objected and say, okay, I'm not going to say that, then we will never learn anything. So in the beginning, we accept. Slowly, as we get older, we understood. Knowledge became clearer. And in the same way, the spiritual path. Because the heart, the vessel, the mind is not pure as yet. Because there's too much, it's too material. Certain knowledge is very difficult to understand. But through the guidance, through the scriptures, the guidance of a saint, etc., slowly, it gets clearer and clearer. Anyhow, so this is the root cause of all the suffering. So the saint Sri Kripaluji Maharaj told us in the Radha Govind Geet, you heard about that great saint in the introduction, Jagat Guru Tam Sri Kripaluji Maharaj. He's written a wonderful book called Radha Govind Geet, 11,111 verses. In one of the verses he says, Bhav rog karan, Bhav rog karan, Govind Radhe, Bhagavad Bahar Mukhta hai, Bata de Bhav भाग बहिर्मुखता है बता दे, भागवत बहिर्मुखता है बता दे, भागवत बहिर्मुखता है बता दे। ओ राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे, राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे, राधे
राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे, राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे।
So the Saint Jagadgurutam Sri Kripaluji Maharaj is saying in this wonderful doha from Radha Govind Geet, Bhavarog Karan, the cause of all our sufferings and pain and suffering and sickness, disease in the world is Bhagavad Baharamukhata. Bhagavan, we have turned our backs away from God. Baharamukhata. Now, when you are sick in the world, you have fever, you have the cold, pain, you go to a doctor, a worldly doctor, qualified doctor, for the physical ailments. And he gives you the medicine, antibiotics and all the medicine to take, and you get better physically. But the disease of the mind, O Manasa Rog, I told you, Kag Basundaji says in the Ramayana, Manasa Rog kachuk mai gaye, hai sabke lakhi biralan hi paaye. The diseases of the mind, Manasa Rog. He says, Kag Basundaji said to Guruji in the Sapta Prashna of the Ramayana, there are many diseases of the mind. Greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, lust, jealous, selfishness. Many, many diseases. And he says, Hey sabke. As long as we are under Maya, everyone has all the diseases of the mind. All. But Lakhi viralan hi paaye. It is extremely difficult for one to see. We can see how bad everybody else is. Oh, she is like this and he is like that and oh. And you? I'm okay. What prevents us from seeing how bad we are? The diseases of the mind, something called abhiman, ahankar, the ego, pride. The more ego we have, the more proud we are, the more we think, I am so great. I am such a good person. It's very difficult to see, bhaiya. The sicknesses, the diseases in the mind. And they are worse than the physical ailments. So we need a doctor for that also. So Tulsidasi tells us there's a doctor for that also. Sadguru Vaidya Bachan Vishwasa Sanjamayana विषय की आशा जय Ram, Shri
Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama
Sadguru Vaidya Bachan Vishwasa. The word Vaidya means doctor. That Sadguru, the true saint, not a person in the world who calls himself Guru. He is the spiritual doctor that's going to cure the diseases of the mind. We have to have a guru, but he has to be qualified to be guru. The Vedas tell us, Pariksha lokan karma chitan brahmano nirvedamayan nastaktakatena tad vigyanartham sagurumeva bhigachet samitpani shrotriyam brahmanishtham. Mundak Upanishad, first Mundak, second Kand, 12th mantra. The Vedas say we have to have a guru. But there are two qualities that qualifies him to be guru. Shrotriyam plus Brahmanishtham. Shrotriya means he has knowledge of all the scriptures, all the Vedas, all the Shastras. Complete knowledge, not just Gita, not just Ramayana, not just Bhagavad. All. Plus, he's able to remove our doubts. Ye kamal hai. Through his words, our doubts automatically disappear. But even more important, he is Brahmanishtham, meaning that he has attained practical experience of God. He has attained a divine vision, divine knowledge, divine bliss of God. The exact translation of this Ved mantra is given in Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran. Prabhupada Maharaj, one of the 9 Yogishwars, says to Videhanimi, Tasmad Gurum Papadyet Jigyasu Shreya Uttamam Shabde Parichanishnaatham Brahmanupashamashrayam. Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, 11 Canto, 3rd chapter, 21st verse. Exact translation. Shabde Pare Shrotriya Nishnaatham Brahmanishtham. 2 qualities. But of the 2, the second one is more important. Brahmanishtham, practical man. In other words, if someone is illiterate, he doesn't know to read or write, but he's attained God realization, he's a guru. We can accept him as a guru. Why? Yasmin gyate sarvam vidam vigyatam bhavati. The Vedas say, when one attains God realization, Shri Krishna, Bhagavan gives him all knowledge. Tam buddhi yogam tam, Gita says. This is why Shri Krishna says in Gita, Tad viripranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Chapter 4, verse 34. Here Shri Krishna mentions only one quality, tattvadarshinaha, one who has seen, attained God, seen God. If you are so fortunate to meet such a guru, the real guru, what should you do? Tadviripranipatena. First, completely surrender to him. Number 2, pariprashnena. Ask him question. Not to see how much he knows, but because you have a doubt. And number 3, sevaya. Serve him, do his seva. He will give you the knowledge of Shri Krishna, knowledge of God. So, Sadguru Vaidya Vachan Vishwasa. And what is the medicine? Vachan Vishwasa. To have faith in what the saint tells us. We read Gita, Ramayana, Bhagavad, the saint tells us, but we don't have faith. He's saying, but I have to live in the world. We don't have faith. Vachan Vishwasa, having faith. This is the Aushadhi. Sanyamayaha, to take the medicine with great faith. Out Vishaya ki asha, na Vishaya ki, not to have happiness, to look for happiness in the sensual objects of the world. It's like somebody has diabetes and you're taking insulin, and at the same time you're eating 5 kilos of rasgulla. The one who is taking the medicine of the Guru, he is doing sadhana, but at the same time enjoying the senses and sensual pleasures in the world. You have destroyed, have defeated everything. You have to do precaution also. It's another lecture. Anyhow, so the disease, we have turned our backs away. What is the medicine? So Guru is given the medicine now. But Bhavaroga Aushadhi, the medicine for Bhavaroga Aushadhi Govinda Radhe, Bhagavan ki Sanmukhta bata de. Bhavaroga Aushadhi, Bhavaroga Aushadhi, Govinda Radhe, Bhagavan ki Sanmukhta bata de. Bhavaroga Aushadhi, Govinda Radhe, Bhagavan ki Sanmukhta bata de. Bhagavan ki Sanmukhta bata de. Bhagavan ki Sanmukhta bata de. Oh Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe Radhe
Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe.
So Bhavaroga Karan, Bhagavad Bahir Mukta. So the reason, the cause of all our suffering and all the pain in the world, and having to rotate in the 8.4 million births, forms of life, uncountable time, turning our backs away from God. What is the medicine? Bhagavan ki Sanmukhta. Bhavaroga Aushadhi, the medicine, Aushadhi is Bhagavan ki Sanmukhta. Do a right about turn, left about turn, face God. The cause of all the suffering, we have turned our backs away. The cure, the medicine, face God. Sanmukhta. What is a Sanmukhta? Yamraj says to Nachiketa, in Kathopanishad. Nayamatma pravachanena labhyo na medhaya na bahuna shutena. Kathopanishad, first canto, second chapter, 23rd verse. The Kathopanishad is saying, to do sanamukta, to find God. Nayamatma pravachanena labhyo. Not by listening to lectures, pravachan. Namedhaya. We may have the intelligence of uncountable Saraswatis and Behaspatis, the authorities of knowledge. But if we search for God, we won't find Him. Nabahuna Shruteina. By listening again about God, we won't be able to find Him. As a matter of fact, if Bhagwan Himself were to come in front of us and start speaking about Himself, we will not find Him. Huh? If Bhagwan comes in front of us, we'll surely know Him. No. God is sitting in our heart. He's pervaded in every pore of our body. What benefit are we getting? You will say, if Shri Krishna, if God comes as Shri Krishna, as Ram, as Shiva, and stands in front of us, we will fall unconscious with bliss. No. Why? Tulsidas tells us in the Ramayana. Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Oh, go char jah lagi man jai, so sab maya jane ho bhai. Bolo
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Go char jah lagi man jai, so sab maya jane hu bhai. That mind that we think with, the intellect that we know, understand with, the senses that we grasp with, they are all under Maya. They are material, Mike. And God is beyond Maya. In other words, God is beyond our material senses, mind, and intellect. Because God is divine. As a matter of fact, we have seen God. Huh? We have seen God, yes. Not once or twice, uncountable times. Whenever the Lord descended us in this world as Ram, Krishna, etc., we were always there. We saw them. But what happened? Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
चिदानंदमय देह तुम्हारी, विगत विकार जानी अधिकारी. बोलो
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
चिदानंदमय देह तुम्हारी, विगत विकार जान अधिकारी. Just as God is divine, His body is also divine. But to see divine body of God, we need divine eyes. In other words, if we were to see God with these material eyes that we have, we will see Him as a material person, just like us, with all the faults and shortcomings. Shri Krishna says to Arjuna in the Gita, Avajananti mamurha manushim tanumashitam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta Maheshwaram. Chapter 9, verse 11, Gita. Arjun, ignorant human beings, unaware of my divine nature that I am God. Ignorant human beings under the control of Maya mistake me for an ordinary human being. This is why the Vedas say, Nayam Atma Pravachanena Labhyona Medhayana Bahuna Shrutena. And if we think we can know God through the study of the Vedas, Gita, Bhagavad, Dan, charity, yagna, etc., then listen to what Sri Krishna says in Gita. Naham vedai na tapasa na dane na chejaya. Chapter 11, verse 53, Gita. No amount of study of the Vedas, fasting, rituals, etc. can help one to know me, God. So we found out how God cannot be known. Let us find out how He can be known. So the same Ved mantra from Kathopanishad, the first line tells us how we cannot know. In the second line it says, Yame Vaisha Vinute Tina Labhyas Tasesha Atma Vivinute Tanu Gwam Swam. Kathopanishad, first canto, second chapter, 23rd verse, second line. This verse says, the second line says, God can be seen, known, and attained only by those upon whom He showers His grace, His kripa, His prasad. Only by the grace. Brahma says to Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Mahapuran, Athapi te deva padam bhujadvaya prasad lesha nugrihita evahi janati tattvam bhagavan mahimno na chanya eko pichiram vichinvan. Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran, 10th canto, 14th chapter, 29th verse. Brahma is glorifying Sri Krishna and he says to Sri Krishna, only by the blessing of the Supreme Lord, by your blessing, by the blessing of your grace, can someone know you or attain you. Otherwise, one may spend uncountable lifetimes reading all the Vedas and all the scriptures and meditate on the meaning, but they will get nothing unless they attain your grace. Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna in Gita, Tat prasadat param shantim sthanam prapshashi shashvatam. Chapter 18, verse 62, Gita. Arjun, only by the grace of the Supreme Lord will you be able to attain supreme bliss, divine happiness, divine bliss. In the Ramayana also, Ram Kripa Binu Sunu Khagrai Jani na jai Ram Prabhutai Bolo
Ram 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 Raja Ram 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 Bolo Ram 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 Raja Ram Ram Ram
जाने बिनु न होई परतीति बिनु परतीति होई नहीं प्रीति बोलो
Ram
राम कृपा बिनु सुनु खगराई, जानी न जाई राम प्रभुताई। और जाने बिनु न होई परतीति, और बिनु परतीति होई नहीं प्रीति। First, the Lord will shower His grace upon us, कृपा। तब जानेंगे, then we will know Him। और जानने के बाद तब परतीति, when we know Him, then faith will come, paratiti. And then when we have faith, paratiti ke baad, priti, then we will love. It happens automatically. You don't have to do anything. The moment God showers His grace, we will know Him, have faith in Him, love Him, and attain Him, and become free from Maya. Everything will happen automatically. The moment He showers His grace. And how is He going to shower His grace? This is the Sanmukta. The Vedas say, to dasyeva sharan amahasya Rigved. God says in the Vedas that I have told you, the Lord is saying, first you have to surrender to me. This is the Sanmukta, surrender. First you have to surrender to me, and then I will shower my grace on you. Te tva mada indra madayantu shushmiram tu viradhasam jaritru deva ekatra dhayase. Rigved. Again the Lord is saying in the Rigved, the moment you surrender to me, unto me with complete faith, I will remove the ocean of Maya and give you supreme bliss, divine happiness forever. Bhagwan Krishna says to Uddhav in Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, Mamekamev sharana matmanam sarvadehinam yahi sarvatma bhavena yayasya yakuto bhayah. Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, 11 canto, 12th chapter, 15th verse. Uddhav, Shri Krishna is saying, his own friend Uddhav, Mitra Uddhav, first surrender to me completely. To me alone. Mamekamev. To me alone. Then I will shower my grace upon you. Then you will become free from Maya, etc. Everywhere. Gita, tameva sharanam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata. Chapter 18, verse 62, Gita. Only, tamev, ev means only. Only when you surrender to the Lord, Arjun, will He shower His grace upon you. Then you will attain supreme bliss, divine happiness. Daivi hesha gunamai mama maya duratyaya mame vaye prapadyante maya metantarantite. Chapter 7, verse 14. This is my one and only condition, Arjun. Completely surrender to me alone. Mamev, ev, alone. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janaha paripasate tesham nitya bhyuktanam yogakshemam bahamyaham. Chapter 9, verse 22, Gita. Those who love me exclusively, me alone, the Lord is saying, and surrender themselves wholeheartedly unto me, to them I bring attainment of what they do not have, and I protect what they have. The Ramayana also. मन क्रम वाचन छारी चतुराई भजत ही कृपा करत रघुराई जय राम श्री राम
जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
मन क्रम वचन छारी छारी चतुराई तो भजत ही कृपा करत रघुराई. The moment we give up all these tricks and tactics, we are so smart, nobody can outsmart me. The moment you give up all of that, you have to become like a newborn child. No more smartness. All the tricks and tactics, and you surrender to the Lord, He will shower His grace upon us. Bhajata hi kripa karata raghurai. But what do we surrender? What does surrender mean? Just saying to God, I surrender to you. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Ramar Paramastu Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Some gurus, they just tell the disciples, just repeat these words when you go to sleep. The Lord is my first sole refuge. I take shelter in Him. No, that's not surrender. How to surrender? So first we have to understand who or what is the performer of our actions. Is it our hands, our feet, our mouth, our nose, our eyes? What is the performer of the action? None of this. Then what is? The Vedas tell us. Mana eva manushyanam karnam bandha mokshayoho Brahma Bindu Upanishad, second mantra. The Vedas say, Man ev, the mind alone. Man ev manushyanam, human beings. Karanam is the cause. Bandhan of bondage as well as moksha, liberation. The mind alone is the cause of bondage as well as liberation. In other words, the mind alone is the performer of the action. God notes only our thoughts and ideas. He doesn't note physical. Even in the world, if somebody kills somebody, they will hang you. It's murder. Intentionally you kill somebody. But if somebody comes in your house and wants to harm you or your family and you kill him in self-defense and there was no intention to kill, then you will be freed. You're driving your car. The car is in good condition. The brakes is working. Everything is working. The driver is good. And somebody decides to commit suicide, jump in front of the car. So even in the world, they look at the intention. The intention. So God knows our thoughts and ideas. You can do all the puja physically, do all the chanting, go to all the place of pilgrimage, bow to all the Murti of Bhagavan and all the saint. But the mind is not there. It's like multiplying by zero. Because the mind, look, if somebody is very hungry, there's all the food in front of him, a whole banquet, but he keeps saying food, 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 and doesn't eat. Does the hunger get satisfied? You're very thirsty, and you're in the middle of a lake, a whole big lake of water, and you're dying of thirst. Marat piyasa. And you keep saying water, 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 pani, pani, but you don't drink. Can you satisfy the thirst? In the same way, chanting the name but not thinking about Bhagavan. Doing the puja. Whose puja I am doing? Mind. Bring the mind here. This is the most important thing. And this is what we don't pay attention. This is the surrender. Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna in the Gita, Mai arpita mano buddhir mame vaivasya sanshayah. Chapter 12, verse 8, Gita. Arjun, give your mind and intellect alone to me. I don't want your action. Go on, fight the war. Give your mind and intellect to me. Attach your mind to me. In other words, when it comes to the saints, when it comes to the scriptures, do not apply your mind and intellect. Accept 100%. We say we surrender, I am a devotee, but we question everywhere. We doubt everywhere, doubt. Was Ram God? Why did he hide behind a tree and kill Bali? Is Shiv God? Krishna God? Or an angel? Oh, why did he write so and so in the Gita? Why did we? No, that's not surrender. The mind alone. You see, if we attach our mind to God and we perform action in the world, we can do everything wrong. All the ritual, everything. But the mind is attached to God because God is noting where the mind is. You get the fruit of where the mind is, the bhakti. You don't get the fruit of the action. This is why Sri Krishna says to Arjun, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yudhyacha. The whole Gita, the essence of the Gita, in one line. One verse, one line. Chapter 8, verse 7, Gita. Sri Krishna says, Arjun, Tasmat sarveshu, at all place. Kaleshu, at all times. Mamanusmara. Remember me, attach your heart to me. Attach your mind to me. Love me, attach your mind. Bhakti. And yudhyacha. Your kshatri, do your duty, fight the war. Do your duty in the world. Attach your mind to God. This is called Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga doesn't mean doing duty. We people say that's duty. No. Bhakti plus karma. Very clear in the Gita. Sri Krishna makes it very clear. Attach your mind at all places and at all times. Attaching your mind to God. Lovingly remembering. That's bhakti. And yudhyacha, this is duty. Karma. Karma plus bhakti, that is karma yoga. Mai eva mana adhasva, mai buddhim niveshaya. Mai arpita mano buddhid mame vaivasya sanshayah. Arjun, if your mind and intellect is attached to me like that, you will certainly come to me. There's no doubt about that. We have to touch our minds to God. This is the sanamukkhata. Surrendering to God, attaching your mind to Him. How to do it? Our mind has been attached to the material because of that ignorance. Identifying with the physical body, thinking we are the body. We have forgotten we are the soul, the Atma. So identifying with the body, we have been looking for happiness. As I told you the last time, it's our nature to want happiness. We can't help it. Because we are a fraction of happiness. Shri Krishna is happiness according to the Vedas. Another name for Shri Krishna is Anand, bliss, happiness. I told you last time. So it's our nature to want happiness. But because of that ignorance, identifying with the body, we have been looking for happiness from beginningless time where it cannot be found in the material world. A new house, a new car, a big bank balance, handsome boy, beautiful girl, you name it. Dog, cat, donkey. People keep snake, alligator, all kind of thing. The way people keep dog in their home. Nowadays, dog is treated better than their own children. The dog gives me happiness. My children don't give me any happiness. Dog gives happiness. So we are searching, we want happiness. Why do we get attached to any person or object in the world? Whether it's a person, whether it's rum, alcohol, whether it's cigarette, whether it's a parrot, whether it's a dog. Why do we get attached? How? So Sri Krishna tells us in Gita, Dhyayatu Vishayan Punsa Sangasteshu Pajayate. Chapter 2, verse 62, Gita. Listen carefully. When we think again and again that we'll find happiness in any person or object in the world, we get attached. We say we fall in love, etc. How does someone become an alcoholic? Nobody becomes an alcoholic from birth. Huh? When you're young, you see people drinking, your own parents maybe, or bigger brother, sister, or friends, and you think, oh, I should try. You take the first drink, the head spin a little bit. Then now you go clubbing. Huh? Now only boys used to go clubbing, now the girls are going more clubbing. Now we live in a modern world. Every Friday, then every Monday and Friday, then every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, then every day. Now you're an alcoholic. How does one become a chain smoker? Same thing. When we were very young, we saw others smoking, parents, our peers, etc. And we think, oh, maybe that's a sign of being big, or is it going to they're getting happiness? No, we want to smoke too. And we hide and take a little smoke. On smoking the first cigarette, you cough and almost choke on it. But you keep smoking because you think it will give you happiness, and then it takes hold of you. You can't let it go. You're a chain smoker. Everything. Nobody just falls in love. People say, I just fell in love. Really? A boy sees a girl and he thinks, that's the girl going to make me happy. A girl sees a boy and she thinks, that's the boy going to make me happy. And thinking. Now, oh God, I can't sleep. Oh, I can't eat. Food has no taste anymore. What do you say in Trinidad? Tabanka. Right? Can't eat, can't. I'm so in love. And then you get married and now I want to kill you. Eh? You want to die before, and now you want to kill the same person. Because they can't give you happiness. No one has happiness to give. But this is the same. So it's everywhere. This is the thing. Thinking again. This thinking again that I'll find happiness. And this decision to look for happiness, this is our nature. Until and unless we don't find true lasting happiness, we attain Krishna, who is happiness, we will have to continue to perform actions. That's why Shri Krishna says in Gita, Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtatya karma krit. Chapter 3, verse 5, Gita, no one can remain inactive even for a moment. But if we keep looking for happiness in the world, as we have been doing from infinite time, we will never become free from this Maya. We'll keep rotating in that endless cycle of birth and death. If, however, we happen to meet a true saint. This is where the saint is very important. The true guru. I told you the one who is qualified. Tattva darshinaha, Sri Krishna says. One who has seen God, attained God. If we are fortunate to meet such a saint and start associating with him with faith, then the conviction will start coming in the mind that the happiness I'm looking for, I will find only in Sri Krishna. You see, look, the practice is the same, the way of practice is the same, the method is the same, and the result is the same. What is the practice? Constant thinking. So just as in the world, we constantly think the person or object is going to make us happy and we get attached. In the same way, if we can constantly convince this mind, and this is why the saint is very important to help us, that the happiness I'm looking for I'll find only in Krishna, because I am the soul, the Atma, I'm not the body. And the happiness I'm looking for I'll find only in Krishna. We do the abhyas. Shri Krishna says in Gita, abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. Chapter 6, verse 35. Constantly practicing the sadhana, rose every day. Some people do sadhana a little bit. And then they do next week, and then they do next month. Once a week. No, bhaiya, it ain't going to work like that. Long ago, there was no matches. But the sages used to do havan and all that in the forest. How they used to do it? There was a stick, a special stick, and they keep rubbing the stick. Even in bamboos, lot of time forest in the fire, the bamboos keep rubbing, and eventually fire comes. Huge fire, nobody know how the fire came. So they keep rubbing the stick, and eventually fire. But if you rub a little bit, and then you leave it, then you rub a little bit, and then you leave it, it will never get fire. You have to keep rubbing. Ragatte raho, ragatte raho. So sadhana has to be done regularly, every day. You have to sit down and do meditation, dhyan, as the guru will teach you, the true guru. And slowly, slowly, your attachment for Sri Krishna will start increasing. Attachment in the world is very bad. When we get attached to the world, whatever you get attached to, that's what you're going to attain. Yam yam vapi smaram bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tam tamevaiti kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavita. Chapter 8, verse 6, Gita. Shri Krishna says, whatever you remember, when the body leaves, when the life leaves the body, tajatyante kalevaram. Kalevaram is the body. Whatever you remember that time. And what you're going to remember? Wherever you're attached. You're attached to the dog, you remember the dog. You're attached to the monkey, you remember the monkey. You're attached to the parrot, somebody in the world, that's what you're going to remember. Jad Bharat, Paramhans, became attached to a deer. He remembered the deer when he was leaving the body, and what happened? Had to become a deer in the next life. Whatever you remember that time, wherever you're attached, that's what you're going to remember, and that's what you're going to become in the next life. Where you're going to go. Very clear. So if we are attached to the world, we'll attain the world. But if you get attached to Krishna, by thinking again, the same method, thinking again about Krishna, that He alone is happiness, and your love, you get attached to Krishna, you will attain Krishna. Vishayandhataschittam vishayeshu visarjate mamanusmarataschittam mayeva praviliyate. Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, 11 Canto, 14th chapter, 27 verse. Shri Krishna makes it very clear. He says, Uddhav, all our attachment in the world, and having to suffer comes from thinking again and again about material, sensual objects and getting attached to objects and people and things in the world. And we get entangled in the world. And we cannot become free. We get binded in the world. In the same way, he says, if one constantly thinks about me all the time and becomes attached to me, he comes to me. That's it. That's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. So that's the Sanmukhata. So the Bahirmukhata, we have turned our backs away from Sri Krishna, from being in endless time, identifying with the body, you're looking for happiness in the world, and we'll have to continue suffering. But if we do Sanmukhata, we do right about turn, we face God. In other words, we surrender to Krishna. The whole Gita, he's saying, surrender to me. The last thing he teaches it to Arjun, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayishami Masucha. Chapter 18, verse 66. Give up all dharma, all obligations, all duties, and take shelter in me alone. Surrender to me alone. I will free you from all sins, everything, and give you everything divine. This is his challenge. This is a Sanmukhata. This is a cure for all the sufferings in the world. There's much more, some other time. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. So last time I told you the cause of all the suffering, and I'll give you the medicine. So I hope you've understood. Tried my best in the time, limited time. There's so much you can only do in this time. Hopefully in the future, we'll again have this opportunity and we can understand more and benefit more. At this time, as we did last time, we'll do something very, very, very blessed, where we do the Abhishek of the Supreme Lord. I told you God pervades in every particle of the world. When we worship an image or picture, a murti, etc. of God, we actually worship in God himself, because God pervades in every particle of the world. In that every particle, we have two beautiful murtis here of Sri Radha Krishna. We're going to do Abhishek. We're going to bathe them with Panchamrit. Panchamrit, 5 Amrit, milk, dahi, pure ghee, cow ghee, honey, and sugar. Panchamrit. With love, not just bathed physically, but love. Remember, I told you the mind, the heart, the mind is the most important. Feeling that the Lord is here and I'm bathing him, I will get the blessing. So I will do Abhishek first with special mantras, Purusukha mantra from the Vedas, and then when I'm finished, we have Birha Raja tonight again with us, and we'll ask him to do a few bhajans while all of us will be doing the Abhishek afterwards. So he'll be doing a couple bhajans, Biraha, etc. He sings beautifully. We all enjoy his bhajan. So but let me first do with the mantras, and then we'll hand over to him. Bole Radha Krishna Bhagavan ki Swastena Indro Bridhashravaha Swastina Pukha Vishwaveda Swastina Stariksho Arishtanemi Swastino Brihaspatir Dadhatu Payah Prithvyam Paya Okadhikhu Payo Divyantarikshe Payo Dhaha Payaswatihi Pradishah Santu Mahyam Vishnoraratmasi Vishnoho Shnaptresto विष्णोः स्यूरसि विष्णो ध्रुवोऽसि वैष्णवमसि विष्णवे त्वा भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयां देवः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिरत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवाग्वं सस्तनुभिर्वृषेम देवहितं यदायुः सहस्रशीरेखा पुरुका सहस्राक्षः सहस्रपात् स भूमिग्वं सर्वतः स्पृत्वा त्यतिष्ठद्दशाङ्गुलं पुरुख एवेदग्वं सर्वं यद्भूतं यच्च भाव्यम् उतामि तत्त्वस्य शानुदनेनातिरोहति सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। बोले राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय। Devotees, please all sit and then we come up turn by turn and do Abhishek, get the blessing.
ॐ कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय हरे गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। हरे राम नाम जपते रहो जब लोकत में प्राण कब हो तुम दीन दयाल की आय बना कपरोंगे कान। हे रघुपति राघव राजा राम भजो सीताराम गोविंद माधव रघुपति राघव राजा राम भजो सीताराम गोविंद माधव। ज्योति के पैर सुदामा के तांदुल ज्योति के पैर सुदामा के तांदुल रुचि रुचि भोग लगायो राम भजो सीताराम गोविंद माधव। दुर्योधन को मेवा त्यागो हे दुर्योधन को मेवा त्यागो सागर विदुर कर कायो राम। हे सीताराम भजो गोविंद राघव रघुपति राघव राजा राम सीताराम बोलो गोविंद माधव। हे गोवर्धन पर नक पर त्यागो हे गोवर्धन पर नक पर त्यागो इंद्र के मान गतायो राम भजो सीताराम गोविंद माधव रघुपति राघव राजा राम सीताराम गोविंद माधव। रघुपति राघव राजा राम भजो सीताराम गोविंद माधव गोविंद माधव गोविंद माधव। हरे श्याम लगाए दोनों नैना में जान गयो, श्याम लगाए दोनों नैना में जान गयो। श्याम लगाए दोनों नैना में जान गयो, श्याम लगाए दोनों नैना में जान गयो। मैं मथुरा की प्यारी दुलारी, मैं मथुरा की प्यारी दुलारी, तुमको कोल से आई, तुमके कोल से आई। हे श्याम लगाए दोनों नैना में जान गयो। मैं जमुना जल भरन के आई, मैं जमुना जल भरन के आई। सैया तुमको रत मुर्ग करी, श्याम लगाए दोनों नैना में जान गयो। श्याम लगाए दोनों नैना में जान गयो। नैना में जान गयो, नैना में जान गयो, नैना में जान गयो, नैना में जान गयो। श्याम लगाए दोनों नैना में जान गयो। श्याम लगाए दोनों नैना में जान गयो, श्याम लगाए दोनों नैना में जान गयो। श्याम लगाए दोनों नैना में जान गयो। हर गुरु बिन ज्ञान के उपजे, हरे गुरु न पीर न पीर, हरे गुरु संसारे मिले। हरे जय 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 गुरुदेव। हरे गुरु जी से डर सदीदार, अब दिल मगन भई। गुरु जी से डर सदीदार, अब दिल मगन भई। मगन भई गुरु जी मगन भई, मगन भई गुरु जी मगन भई। अरे गुरु जी से डर सदीदार, अब दिल मगन भई। अमर लोक से साहिबाई, अमर लोक से साहिबाई। कोलत परम की वार, अब दिल मगन भई। गुरु जी से डर सदीदार, अब दिल मगन भई। गंगा जरो का खूब बनी है, गंगा जरो का खूब बनी है। जगमग ज्योति अपार, अब दिल मगन भई। गुरु जी से डर सदीदार, अब दिल मगन भई। मगन भई गुरु जी मगन भई। मगन भये दिल मगन भये हे गुरु जी से धरस दीदार अब दिल मगन भये धर्मदास बिनावे कर चोरी धर्मदास बिनवे कर जोरी सतगुरु हंस हो पार अब दिल मगन भये गुरु जी से डर गरीदार अब दिल मगन भये अरे गुरु जी से डर गरीदार अब दिल मगन भये अरे गुरु जी से डर गरीदार अब दिल मगन भये अरे श्री राधे गोपाल भजो मन श्री राधे गोपाल भजो मन श्री राधे जय राधे श्री राधे जय जय राधे श्री राधे जय राधे श्री राधे जय जय राधे बोलो श्री राधे गोपाल भजो मन श्री राधे गोपाल भजो मन श्री राधे श्री राधे जय राधे श्री राधे जय जय राधे श्री राधे जय राधे श्री राधे जय जय राधे श्री राधे गोपाल भजो मन श्री राधे गोपाल भजो मन श्री राधे गोपाल भजो मन श्री राधे ओ श्री राधे जय राधे श्री राधे जय जय राधे श्री राधे जय राधे श्री राधे जय जय राधे बोलो श्री राधे गोपाल भजो मन श्री राधे गोपाल भजो मन श्री राधे गोपाल भजो मन श्री राधे गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय हे गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय हे राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोलो श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे गोपाल राधे कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल गोपाल राधे कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल गोपाल राधे कृष्ण गोविंद Govinda Govinda Gopal Radhe Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopal 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 Radhe Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopal Gopal Radhe Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopal Gopal Radhe Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopal Radhe Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopal 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 He Gopal Igual Gopal Gopal He Gopal Radhe Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopal Gopal Radhe Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopal Gopal Radhe Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopal.
Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. The Biraha Raja, thank you very much for this wonderful chanting bhajan of the Lord. At this time, one of the hosts of the program, I told you, Rani and Indra. So I think Indra ji wants to say something to all of us, so we hand over to Indra.
Okay, Sitaram everyone, Radhe Radhe. Swamiji, my humble pranams to you. I just want to say how very humble and pleased we are for you gracing us with your presence. It made us all very happy. Tanti is very happy. And I want to say thank you to everyone who journeyed from near and far to join us for the 2 nights. And we wish to see you all here again, hopefully soon. And thank you all. We have books and so on at the back there for you all to take a look at and support the Radha Govind Society as well. And we also have refreshments for you all, so please have something before you leave. Special thanks to my good friend here, Biraha Raja. Thanks for everything. And thanks for all those who helped. Special welcome to Sankhya TV. And thank you all once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Indra. I also want to say special thanks to Indra and Rani, who were very instrumental. They're the ones who thought about having the program and invited us. And so special thanks and blessings to them and all the members, all who have helped in somehow to bring, of course, I'm looking at this beautiful decoration. I think it's Biraha Raja. I'm sure. So no, wonderful. Last time we came, last day was a different decoration. Today is different, so beautiful. So it's all his wonderful work and his beautiful singing also. I see the whole family of Rani ji is here, right? So all of them have come and supported, and all of you have come and supported. It's a great blessing for all of us. And as Indra said, hopefully soon again, we'll meet again and have some more wonderful programs like these. And all of your support depends on your support and coming. We were told this mandir existed a long time ago, but then went into disrepair, etc. And Indra and Rani was asked to come and to bring it back. And they are trying their best in their own way for all of us to benefit. They benefit also, but all of us benefit. And at this time, in this world, in the kind of age we live in, this Kali Yuga, and people more interested in materialism and the material world, to make time for God and to help others to think about God. Not only ourselves, but to help others. This is called paropakar. When someone forgets oneself to help others, to uplift others, paropakar. It's one of the greatest blessings. the greatest thing one can do. Bhagwan is sitting in our heart, he takes note. Nobody might not thank you. Don't worry for anybody to thank you. Think of Bhagwan is sitting in your heart, he gives the fruits. He gives the blessing. Paropakar. So this is what they are doing. We want to wish them the best, and may the Lord bless them specially and give them strength and courage, that they will see it as serving Him, way of serving the Lord, and to give them the strength and fortitude to go forward. And we will face obstacles and obstructions, but this is to make us stronger. Don't get despondent or anything. Trials and tribulations will always come. So we get little tests, right? Don't worry about it. Let it make you stronger. And you see, when we get things too easy, we don't value it. When it comes hard, if someone gets things very easily, they damage and destroy it. When you work hard for it, then you value it. So good things, we have to work hard, right? And when it comes to Bhagavan, we have to work more hard, because He doesn't give that bhakti so easily. This is His most prized treasure. So my blessings and the blessings of Bhagavan Shri Radha Krishna, my Guru, Jagadgurutam Shri Kripaluji Maharaj, especially with you and all of you, and hope that this will grow from strength to strength in serving the community and helping others to progress and uplift themselves also. This is the aim of, I think, Ronnie and Indra, and this is my best wishes to them and all of you who support them as well. All right, thank you. As Indra mentioned, we have a little book stall in the back. The devotees have a little book stall, books and CDs, etc. There's one book especially. There's the philosophy you've been hearing and much more. That book is called Prem Ras Siddhant. Very important book. It's one I highly recommend. Everything you have heard and more than that is in that book. This has been written by that great saint Jagadguru Tam Shri Kripaluji Maharaj, and it's been translated, and it will help you tremendously in your quest of spirituality, of lifting yourself. So again, thanks to everyone, and may the Lord continue to shower His blessings, choicest blessing on each and every one of you. Let's all stand for Arati. In the books you have, the first section, 1-3, there's an Arati of Shri Radha Krishna. If you want to join along and sing, you can. And everyone is invited to come up and do Arati for Bhagwan. We have dressed them beautifully. We have given them a wonderful bath. And now they have dressed very beautifully. So come and do Arati for them. Bol Larli Lal Ki Jai. Sajam Chavarti Sanyuktam Bahnina Yojitam Maya Deepam Grahana Devesha Tailokyati Mira आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी की आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी की दोन सिर कनक मुकुट झलके दोन मुकुट दोन श्रुति कुंडल भल हलके दून दृग प्रेम सुधा छलके छसीले बैन रसीले नैन गसीले सैन दून मैनन मनहारी की बनवारी नथवारी की आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नटवारी की आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नटवारी की चितवनी परवार
दुहुन चितवनी परवारी
दुहुन लट लट कनि छवि न्यारी
दुहुन लट लट कनि छवि न्यारी
दुहुन भाव मट कनि अति प्यारी
दुहुन भाव मत कनि अति प्यारी
रसन मुख पान हसन मुस्कान दशन दमकान दुहुनि बेसर छवि न्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी की आरती
आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी की
एक उर पीतांबर पहरे
एक उर पीतांबर पहरे
एक नीलांबर लहरे
एक उर नीलांबर लहरे
दून उरलर मोतिन छहरे
दुहुन उरलर मोटिन चहरे
कंकनन खनक कीर्तनिनि झनक नुपुरुन भनक धुनरुन जुन धुनि प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी की आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी की आरती प्रीतम प्यारी
की बनवारी नथवारी की
एक सिर मोर मुकुट राजे
एक सिर मोर मुकुट राजे
एक सिर चूनरी छवि छाजे
एक सिर चूनरी छवि छाजे
दून सिर तिरछे भल भ्राजे
दुहुन सिर तिरछे भल प्राजे
संग ब्रजबाल लाडली लाल बाह गलदार कृपाल दून दृगचारी की बनवारी नथवारी की आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी की आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी
नथवारी की
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
ओ हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
हरे राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
ओ हरे राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
ओ हरे राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
ओ हरे राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण
Devotees, as we come to the end of tonight's devotion and this too wonderful session of bhakti, let's close our eyes and clasp hands together and bow our heads. Focus on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord and the Spiritual Master. We do salutation, prostrations and venerations, seeking their blessings, their protection and guidance. We ask that all be happy, all be free from disease and illnesses. May we see good and auspiciousness everywhere, and may no one be sad. Hari Om. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukh bhag bhavet. Kayena vacha manasendriyairva buddhyatmana va prakrite svabhavad karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai narayanayeti samarpayami. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhush cha sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. O Lord, finally, in the words of Shiv Bhagavan, there's a beautiful Shiv Mandir ling in the back. When Bhagavan Shri Ram was placed on the throne and everyone glorified him, the last one was Shivji. And Shiv Bhagavan said to Bhagavan, again and again I ask you for one thing, my Lord, if it so pleases you. Give me selfless love. Selfless love for your lotus feet, an association of the divine saints forever. Bar bar var mango, harsh dev shri rang, pad saroj anapayani, bhakti sada satsang. We pray to the Guru. Focus on the lotus feet of the Guru, seeking his blessing. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshvara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. प्रेम से बोले श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय, बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, श्री राधा रानी की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय। जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। Sitaram. Radhe Radhe to everyone. Please take your seat, everyone.